Welcome back, everybody. We not only have Donald with the International Brotherhood of Street Racers, but Councilman Englander here as well. I want to start off by making a very quick correction, which you already corrected me on. But when I was asking you about forfeiture and impounding cars, I said that Chief Beck had to deal with that issue when it came to undocumented immigrants and those who didn't have driver's licenses. Your correction has nothing to do with immigration.
Simply unlicensed drivers.
Exactly.
That was it.
And I stood corrected then. I just want to make sure everybody, Chief, I stand corrected. All right. So let's, Donald, let's bring you back in here. You want to have this safe place down at Terminal Island, and Councilman, you are on this issue. So where do you stand with Donald's proposal?
I'm all for it. I think Donald's doing the right thing. Finding a safe environment, getting them off the public streets, and making it a safe sport makes sense. All
right. But what's wrong is I'm going to re-ask my question, Donald, again. Donald says it's too far to drive to Fontana.
Yeah.
The fact is we have a raceway. Am I the only guy who thinks that maybe it's not being utilized as well as it could be?
And I think Irwindale, and there's some other places, but again, they're not close by, and that's what people are complaining about as well.
Well, we don't know the extended agenda of the Irwindale Speedway as of this moment. There are talks of it closing, which we do not want to see that happen. If we would like to have it our way, we would like to have as many raceways as possible. The more raceways, the safer the streets of Los Angeles are going to be.
All right, now, when we just ran Bob DeCastro's piece, and you saw what happened during these takeovers. Now, Donald, I understand that you don't represent every driver that's out on the street, and certainly not, you say it's one of the tentacles, if you will, of street racers. Shots fired, officers drawing their weapons. I might ask as a taxpayer, why do these people deserve to be given a safe place? And all right, Mitch, go ahead.
And here's the thing, I do represent everybody, including them. And as a police officer, as a father, as a city council member, it's my responsibility. It stops at my desk. We've got to make sure that this stops on public streets in our communities, period.
So just this, and Donald?
I feel that providing a safe, controlled environment where everybody is under the same umbrella that would alleviate a bunch of these problems that we see here on the streets of Los Angeles.
So what about the social media? We reported that social media really is the way you guys communicate when it comes to going places. You all know what you're doing is illegal, right?
Of course.
So
it's
why put people in danger just to race?
You know what? They're trying to do it as safe as possible, a lot of them, and it just comes along with the scene. A lot of my club members, they don't want to be out there, and as of this moment, they're right behind us with this movement and opening the Terminal Island Raceway again. If we have a local raceway here and all the fellas and the girls and everybody's down there hanging out at this raceway, there's not going to be that many people out on the streets no more because everybody will be down at the island under a safe, controlled environment.
And here's my theory on that. And I support that if we had the safe environment, but if we didn't have shooting ranges, I wouldn't suggest people go out there with their guns and just shoot in the streets and saying, we don't have a shooting range. That's what's happening in this case. And so I'm all for the safe environment and finding a better location. But until that happens, this has to stop.
All right, so Councilman, are you going to put as much effort toward finding a safe location as you are toward creating an ordinance?
I'm behind Donald all the way. In fact, I'm working with one of my colleagues, Joe Buscaino, in the 15th Council District on that very issue. Having said that, we also have to put some teeth in it. If there's a spectator, if you're committing this crime, we want to impound the vehicle for 30 days. If you actually, it creates great bodily injury or death, it becomes a weapon, and we have to seize that weapon.
Okay, and that's if it creates great bodily injury or death.
That's correct.
What do you think about that, Tom?
I think that that law would keep the public safe. And anything that would increase public safety is a plus for the city all the way around. Not only for the stakeholders that live within the jurisdiction, but the people that are involved. We want them to be enjoying themselves in a safe, family, closed environment, and that's what we're sticking behind. We want to see the fruition of this, if you would. You know?
Thought I was going to have you guys go out and race to see who wins the argument, but you're actually on the same side at this point. Well, we'll be right back.